until December the 1st. The INC was established under the UN Environment Assembly to develop a binding international agreement addressing plastic pollution, including marine plastics. The previous meetings were held in Uruguay, France, Kenya, and Canada. The Busan event will bring together over 4,000 delegates from 170 countries, international organizations, and environmental experts to discuss plastic pollution and form concrete action plans. Busan police conducted a temple stay program for the psychological healing of 20 crime victims at Bamasa Temple yesterday and today. Participants engaged in activities like Zen meditation, forest walks, and tea conversations with monks, allowing them to find peace and mental stability in nature. Busan police reported that the program was well received and provided participants with a chance to find hope and calm. The tourism and concept development sites in Haeundae's LCT area are being converted for commercial retail leasing. According to Haeundae District Today, LCT PFV, the project developer, has been gradually changing the zoning since last year to lease parts of the site for retail use, with several areas already converted. A second-floor space initially planned for a movie experience museum now hosts a children's hospital, with further changes still under review. In international news, thousands of residents in southern Spain's Costa del Sol region have been forced to evacuate due to severe rain and flooding. The National Weather Agency has issued the highest level alert for heavy rain in both Malaga and Catalonia, forecasting that the downpour will continue until Friday. The Malaga region is expected to bear the brunt of the intense Dana weather event, a Spanish acronym that translates to isolated depression at high levels. Additionally, parts of eastern Valencia have been put on high alert only weeks after flash floods in the area resulted in over 220 fatalities. In the U.S., Republicans are set to retain control of the House, giving Donald Trump's party full government control. Trump nominated key allies for top roles, including Matt Gaetz as Attorney General, despite past legal controversies he denies. Other nominations include Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence, Marco Rubio as Secretary of State, Pete Hegseth as Defense Secretary, and John Ratcliffe as CIA Director. And now taking a quick look at the weather here. It's currently 20 degrees.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Midday Mate with Nick Greenwood. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
The Sunung. South Korea's national college entrance exam is being held from 8:40 a.m. to 5:45 p.m. today. Right now, it is the English test that will end at 2:20. So, I hope all test takers give it their best shot. There are many bachelor's degree programs students can choose from to gain the knowledge and skills necessary to begin their careers in a range of fields. While attending university, students can select from a variety of majors or specialized areas of study. Learning about different college majors can help you choose one that best matches your interests, talents, and career goals. So today, we're going to talk about the most popular majors for university students. It's Thursday, November the 14th, 2024. This is Midday Mate. Let's go.
I remember to this day the bright red Georgia clay and how it stuck to the tires after the summer rain. Willpower made that old car go. A woman's mind told me that's so. Oh, how I wish we were back on the road again. traveling and a living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Boo, how I love being a free man. I can still recall the wheat fields of St. Paul, and the morning we got caught robbing from an old hen. Old MacDonald, he made us work, but then he paid us for what it was worth. Another tank of gas and back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Boo, traveling and a living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Boo, how I love being a free man. I'll never forget the day we motored stately into big LA. The lights of the city put settling down in my brain. Though it's only been a month or so, that old car's bugging us to go. We gotta get away and get back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Boo, traveling and a living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Boo, how I love being a free man. Me and you and a dog named Boo, traveling and a living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Boo, how I love being a free man. Me and you and a dog named Boo, traveling and a living.
That was Me and You and a Dog Named Boo by Lobo. I love this song. And this song is about two hippies and a dog taking a cross-country road trip in an old car that runs really poorly. The protagonists of the song get mired in the Georgia clay. They end up stealing food from a farmer and then working to pay it off. And then they end up living in Los Angeles. But the old car makes them want to hit the road again and just go living off the land, as they said. Just two of them and their dog named Boo. You know, that makes me want to go to the USA again and just do a road trip. The last time I was there, I did like a nice long road trip from Portland down to Arizona. It took about 8 days and I slept in the car. It just felt like living off the land. This song reminded me of good times back in the USA. Well, everyone, you're live in the studio in Busan this Thursday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Cheongwan and Oksan areas. I'm your host, Nick, and it's Thursday. It's not the loveliest in terms of weather, but it's lovely because you're all here joining me. It's good to see messages coming in. Che Hee-sung-nim saying, hello, it's hazy today. Yeah, hazy is a good word. Visibility is not great. It is kind of gloomy again, but I hope you're feeling good. We've got Soy-nim, welcome to the show on YouTube Live. Drift Monkey-nim, good to see you. Benny-nim saying happy Thursday. Happy Thursday indeed. Also, 미옥스텔링이님, hello, saying, hello Nick, how are you doing? 오늘 제 친구 클레도 수능 시험을 보고 있어요. 새로운 도전과 노력에 큰 박수를 보내고 싶어요. That's awesome. Claire, 미옥스텔링님's friend, I'm sure you're not listening right now because you're taking a test, but if you listen later, that is from your friend 미옥스텔링님 and from us at Midday Mate. Fighting, and I hope you get the score that you want. Yeah, it is 수능 day, so maybe our listenership will be down if a lot of students are taking their test right now. It's quite incredible that the whole country really waits for this day. The students are all studying for this day. And then when it comes, there are loads of regulations put in place, which is fascinating, such as no aeroplanes flying over test centers, police cars taking late kids to the test. It's phenomenal. I think it's really cool. Well, everyone, today's going to be a good show, even though our listener age range will be above 18 today, I think. In hour number 1, we've got Listomania, where we introduce various kinds of list. Today, we're talking about popular majors for university students. This is quite fitting because usually, I'm not sure when the students choose, but around this time, students will choose what they want to study in further education in university. It's quite exciting getting to focus on one or two subjects. After that, we have Close Up, where Michael Garrett comes into the studio. He gives us an intimate look at the works of an accomplished actor or director. And then in hour number 2, it doesn't stop. We have today's quote. This is where we introduce encouraging quotes from famous people. Bite-sized banter is after that. Daily fun conversations with a theme. Kimberly's going to be guiding us there. Don't Make a Scene as well, where we introduce useful English expressions after listening to a short clip. This week we're going over a bit of Jedi stuff, if you know that. Find out in the second half. Timeless Earworms will round off the show, and that's where we introduce English songs that are just unforgettable. And of course, I'll be checking your messages throughout the show. Choi Sung-nim coming in saying, it's not cold, even though it's the college entrance exam day. I guess each year before this, today, the day it is today, the 14th, is it the 14th? Yes, the 14th. It's been cold, because usually November gets quite chilly, but today, it's like 19 or 20 degrees. Hopefully, that makes the test-taking conditions a little bit more comfortable. Anyway, if you want to message in, and I hope you do, but you don't know what to say, you can answer our question of the day, our text topic. The question is, what major would you like to study if you were to go back to university? Ooh, lots of what-ifs, lots of regrets that we might have had. 네, 만약에 대학을 다시 가게 된다면 공부하고 싶은 전공은 무엇인가요? 네, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문입니다. You can send your messages to pound 9050, 샵 9050 to cost you 101. A KakaoTalk message, just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. You can send us messages for free that way. You can also download the smartphone app. Again, just search for BEFM or once again, 부산영어방송, very, very easy. Even better, I say this is the best way. Just go onto YouTube, type in BEFM, and click us live. We're live in the studio. You can see me here in the studio, and even better, you can talk with all of the mates in the live chat. We've got some more messages coming in, which is fantastic. Soinim asking, what was the title of the song? The title of the song was Me and You and a Dog Named Boo. And that's by Lobo. Lobo is very good. Lobo have some great tunes. Sangmin Park-nim, welcome to the show. Retro 초보댄서 Andy 춤치 Life-님, good afternoon. Good afternoon, my friend. Welcome to the show. Very, very good to see you. Also saying, 저는 강릉으로 신혼 여행 중이에요. I hope you have an amazing time. Wow. Wait, you got married a week ago. Oh, no, you got married last Saturday, right? Okay, so it's not too late. I hope you have a wonderful time. Make lots of good memories, because this is the start of a beautiful journey with your partner. Beautiful stuff. Well, it makes me happy to hear that. All right, we're going to take a quick song break, and then we will be back with Listomania. This is Sweets for My Sweet by The Searchers.
Sweets for my sweet, sugar for my honey. Your first sweet kiss thrills me so. Sweets for my sweet, sugar for my honey. I'll never ever let you go. If you wanted, let's start a chance so brightly to match the stardust in your eye. Darling, I would chase that bright star night.
That was Sweets for My Sweet by The Searchers. You know, I really like that song, but I think today, for the first time, I actually listened to the lyrics. And I think he said, sweets for my sweet, sugar for my honey. Is he saying that my sweet and my honey are two different people? Does he have two different lovers? I don't know. Maybe I'm probably misinterpreting. 제가 잘못 해석을 했나 봐요. But in case I'm not, it sounds like sweets for you, my sweet, and sugar for you, my honey. I don't know what's going on. Nonetheless, I really do like that song. It is now time for Listomania, but before that, we've got some messages coming in relating to our question of the day. Today's question is, if you could go back to university, what major would you like to study? If you could redo things, what would you study now? 만약에 대학을 다시 가게 된다면, 대학교에 다시 가게 된다면 공부하고 싶은 전공은 무엇인가요?가 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문이었는데요. We've got some messages coming in. 인수님, welcome to the show, saying, if I go back to the past, I want to go to medical school. Ooh, wow, that's a big ambition. That's really cool. I guess you're science-minded or you want to help people. That's awesome. That's really awesome, actually. Cool, medical school. I don't think it's ever too late, but I can see, yeah, maybe if I go back, I would do it again. Thank you for your message. We've got Benny Nim saying, for me, if I were to go back to university, I would study a foreign language to teach for one language, Korean. Wow, awesome. Yeah, languages would be something really cool to study. Yeah, I'm interested in linguistics as well. So that would be a really interesting one. And I guess for you, Korean is your passion because you're obviously very good at Korean too. Awesome. That's your passion. Go back and study Korean. Do they offer Korean as a university course in the Philippines? That'll be interesting. We have Youngnim saying, 오랜만에 왔어요. 안녕하세요. Youngnim, good to see you, my friend. It has been a long time. Have you been well? I'm very happy to see you. It's good to have you here. Hopefully you can stay for as long as you can. But thank you for showing your face. Soinim saying, I majored in Japanese at university. If I could go back to college, I would want to study hard and major in medicine. I think being a doctor is the best job where you can help sick people and feel rewarded. That's awesome. That's two very different things, Japanese and medicine. You know, I really did want to learn Japanese, but I gave up because the kanji, 한자가 있잖아요. 너무 어려워가지고 못했어요. So I gave up, 포기했어요. But that's really cool that you can speak it. But medicine, it seems like a very popular thing for people to want to study. That's really cool. Yeah, helping people would be very rewarding. We have Sangyun Kimnim, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here, my friend, saying, my major was political science, but somehow I ended up in the IT business. I wish I could have at least minored in computer science, yet I may supporta anyways. You know what? I think it happens to all of us. It happens to all of us because, for me, I study psychology. Now I'm a radio host. It has no relation, but I don't regret anything because I had a good time. I learned some interesting things. And I think personally, when you're 18 years old and you have to choose your subject that you're going to major in, I personally feel I'm too young to make big decisions like that. You know, if I could re-choose it, I would choose something like tourism or business. You know, something that I feel could be very helpful in the real world. I wouldn't have done psychology if I get another opportunity. We have Michael Kimnim, welcome to the show, saying Air Force 시험 봤다. 떨어졌는데 다시 도전해보고 싶네요. Oh, totally, go for it. Go for it. I imagine the Air Force is something that is very, very difficult to get in. And I'm sure many people fail it. So don't give up. Keep trying. You know, when I was a wee lad, when I was a young kid, I wanted to be in the Air Force. I was mesmerized by airplanes and 전투기. But my eyesight was very, very bad. So I think if you don't have perfect vision, you're not allowed to be a pilot in the Air Force. So that destroyed my dreams from a young age. But it shouldn't destroy yours. Please try again. 화이팅 하세요. Choi Sung-nim saying, I might want to major in art these days because I have a craving for drawing. That's good. Creative is always good. I know people who study art It's a big risk because art is something that's beautiful. Many people love it. But I hear there are a lot of starving artists where people, they're very talented, they're very good, but it's difficult for them to find work. I guess similar to people who study theatre and acting, unless you become a TV star or a movie star, it might not lead to significant income. So, but if you want to do it as a hobby, props to you. That's amazing. That would be great, I think. We've got more as well. We've got more. Lots of these coming in. It's a very interesting topic. 영님 saying 저는 철학 공부를 해보고 싶어요. 오, philosophy. 대학 때 교양으로 철학 들었는데 정말 재밌었거든요. I imagine that would be very interesting. You know, now I have friends who did philosophy, and it seems so interesting. But after we graduated, they couldn't find jobs in their major. Which was really harsh, you know. Most of the jobs for philosophy majors were being professors of philosophy, so I'm kind of just going back into this cycle. But if you're not thinking about, you know, becoming a famous philosopher, it would be really interesting, and I think it would enrich your mind as well. Lots of them coming in. Busan Ajinim saying, tourism was mine. You studied what I wish I could study. How was it? If I could go back, tourism or business, for sure. All right, anyway, keep sending them in. We've got Listomania right now, and we're going over the most popular majors for university students. And this is going to be from a more Western standpoint. I assume, Eastern countries, Korea, maybe Japan and Philippines, they're all going to have slightly different tastes depending on the market, depending on the economy. But this is more West-centered, probably American. Number 1 on this list is mathematics. 수학이죠. Mathematics majors study algebra, geometry, calculus, number theory, and other subjects related to maths. They learn how to produce detailed equations, computational theories to solve problems, and they can end up working in the government and other sectors. They can also go into computer science, data science, healthcare, and research and development as well. Mathematics is one of those subjects that has such a broad range. You could work anywhere that requires data, I guess. I've said it before, my dad used to love maths. He's quite a maths genius, but I am the total opposite. I have no mathematic genes in my body. So yeah, I can never do anything. I can never do anything like that. Yeah. 영님 saying 수학 모든 학문의 근본이죠. Yeah, math is the fundamental, foundation for life, you could say. Everything starts from numbers. Everything can be calculated in a formula to some degree. Next on the list we have biology and biomedical sciences. 생물학 그리고 생명과학입니다. Biology and biomedical sciences study how humans, animals, plants, the environment, and other living systems interact with and influence each other on a variety of levels. Now, biology or biomedical majors, they may take courses like genetics, biotechnology, biochemistry, biophysics, biomedicine, calculus, and ecology. They may also complete lab work by assessing different microscopic specimens. Science, I feel, is quite related to math. I think if you're a good mathematician, you have the potential to be a good scientist as well, especially maybe more in the physics department, because physics is about calculations and formulas for sure. By the way, as I'm reading these, if one of these is your major, shout it out, because you are one of the most popular majors. 소희님 saying, 닉 한국어 잘하시니까 일본어도 잘하실 것 같아요. 한자의 고비만 넘기면 되는데 응원합니다. 감사합니다. But I gave up. I couldn't read it. Reading it was the hardest part. I learnt a couple of phrases when I went to Japan, like 도레와 도쿠 desu ka? That's all I know. Watashi wa igirishin desu, right? Those are the only things I learned. And what's funny is I would ask people in Japan, where's the toilet? 도레와 도쿠 desu ka? And then they would respond to me, and I wouldn't know what they're saying. So I had to just ask them in English. So yeah, I gave up. But I'm not saying you should give up, for sure. Jenny Nim saying, hello, Nick and Mates. Welcome to the show, my friend. It is good to see you. Next on the list, we have psychology. Psychology, 심리학이죠. This is my major. Now, psychology majors learn about the brain and human behavior. They may gain behavioral sciences and knowledge and how people's brains develop over time, in addition to how to help people with brain injuries or various psychological conditions. Coursework may include topics related to mental disorders, personality types, motivation, cognition, and perception as well. Now, I said I studied psychology. I studied it in high school, and because in high school, 고등학교에서 심리학을 공부했을 때 되게 재밌었는데, in 대학교, in university, it was just not as fun. It was about remembering dates. It was about remembering important dates from lots of different psychologists like Freud and things like that. It wasn't as fun as I thought. So I decided not to go further with it. Yeah. But, that's just me. Next on the list, we have, one of our listeners did mention this. I believe it was not Michael Kimnim. We had a Sangyun Kimnim. Political science, 정치학. Now, a political science degree may be beneficial for students with an interest in politics, government, and law. The curriculum for a political science major may include government courses like public policy and foreign affairs, in addition to social sciences like psychology and sociology as well. Next on the list is business, 경영학이죠. Business programs are one of the most universal majors, and I think they could be very, very useful, especially if you do want to learn about the economy, maybe starting your own business, how to basically start a business. They are very universal. You learn about the intricacies of leading, managing, all in business. You learn about legality, ethics, and management too. So business programs intersect with economics, marketing, and finance to teach you how to run or to lead a successful business. Next on the list, we have visual and performing arts, 시각 그리고 공연 예술학. If you're artistically inclined or want to explore all the ways you can work with multimedia, performing arts may be the way to go. Now, many visual arts departments host dark rooms, theatres, and podcasting rooms to build your skills. The visual and performing arts are among the most creative majors, covering everything from fashion to film, graphic design, animation, music, photography, and drama. I have a lot of respect for people who study arts because it's something that doesn't have a guarantee of success, but it's a passion. And the fact that you are putting all of yourself to study your passion is very admirable, I feel. And we have one more on this list. We have communications and journalism. 언론 정보학이죠. In communications and journalism majors, you learn how to communicate concisely and clearly in writing and media production. Communications majors learn how to communicate with others and listen to clients, consumers, and co-workers in public relations-oriented positions. We have a lot of majors on here. Were any of them part of your university days? Did you study any of them? We've got some messages here. Sangyun Kim Nim saying, although I'm not in the politics field at all. Yeah, it was probably a long time ago, right? You thought you might study it in the future, but your desires change, life changes. You end up doing different things. After I studied psychology, I ended up working in a department store selling televisions, and then I came to Korea, taught English, and then I just did bits and bobs, and now I'm here. So life takes you on a random course. It's not always fixed. It's not fixed on one specific path, is it? Busan Ajanim saying, speaking of Japanese is not hard as English. I guess for a Korean, Japanese would be easier than English, right? 순이 똑같아서. In English, it's the subject, verb, object. But in Korean and Japanese, it's kind of flipped, isn't it? So it's a bit more similar, I think. Keep sending your messages in. It's really interesting to hear what you want to study or what you did study. We are going to take a quick song break, and then we'll be back. This was requested by our listener, Benny Nim. I Just Died in Your Arms by Cutting Crew.
I just died bedside table, curtains are closed, cats in a cradle. Who would have thought that a boy like me could come to this? I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been some kind of kiss. I should have walked away. I should have walked away. Is there any just cause for feeling like this? On the surface, I'm a name on the list. I try to be discreet, but then blow it again. I've lost and found, it's my final mistake. She's loving by proxy, no give and all take. 'Cause I've been thrilled to fantasy one too many times. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been some kind of kiss. I should have walked away. I should have walked away. It was a long, hot night. She made it feel right. But now it's over, the moment is gone. I follow my hands through my head. I know I was wrong. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been some kind of kiss. I should have walked away. I should have walked away.
We just listened to Died in Your Arms by Cutting Crew. That was requested by Benny Nim. Thank you very much for that song request. Welcome back to Midday Mate. It is now time for Close Up, and for that we have my beige brother, Michael Garrett. I just looked at the YouTube live screen and we're both so beige and white.
If I go like this, you just can't see me at all. I can disappear into the...
I feel like we could stand next to a curtain rack at like a home department store and just blend in.
Yeah.
Very, very plain. How are you doing anyway?
I'm doing really well. It's an interesting topic today that you guys are talking about, you know, all the majors. I like what you said about being 18 and making this decision for your life and how brutal that is, really.
Do you agree?
Yeah, totally. And people get so nervous, though, when they are applying, because sometimes I talk to some students who are applying. I'm giving them a little bit of advice or maybe some essay advice and this kind of thing. And everybody's so scared to say undecided. They just feel like I'm basically telling the school that I don't know where I want to go. I'm kind of, I have no direction in my life and no passion. And that's really a sad thing, right? Because you would like to explore a little bit, take the first year of university, take a smattering of, like the intro classes, see what interests you the most.
Yep.
So it is nice. I guess you could always go in and then switch things up, but it gets hard to do that.
And it gets expensive that way.
It
does. What did
5
you
year.
study?
I studied creative writing and journalism. I was a double major as an undergrad, and then I went on to do more creative writing. And it was a really fun thing to study for me. I mean, at the time, it's one of those where you said it's hard to get a job doing it. It's like studying acting or something like that. It's like you're either like J.K. Rowling or you're like writing in your spare time and selling things for like $50 to be published online and stuff like that. Yeah. But at the time of doing the workshops and writing and kind of hanging out with all these people who are really into stories and writing these things, it was great.
It seems right up your alley, to be honest. You're a movie buff. You love the cinema. You love a good story. So I guess you must feel quite inspired whenever you watch a movie at Biff or anywhere.
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I would go watch a movie and then I would go home and write.
Really?
And that would be like the inspiration if it was something that really kind of scratched me in the right place.
Are you creating something right now? Or have you?
Oh, yeah, sure. Like there's
you are.
Projects, yeah.
Like movies or books or?
Right now there's a story and a novel. And I've had, I've worked with a friend of mine from school developing kind of like show ideas and things like that before. Nothing that came to like actual fruition, but
yeah. Well, if you ever publish or make it public, share it with us. I'm sure many people would want to read it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will do.
By the way, before we dive in, I must say, I watched I watched Substance.
Yeah.
And I watched The Wild Robot because of your recommendations, and they were both great. I enjoyed them both.
Yeah.
So if anyone else is looking for something to watch, if you like horror and gore, Substance is great. If you like animation, Wild Robot is great. So today, what are we talking about? Who are we talking about?
Well, for Close Up today, we do a lot of older directors and actors on this show because we kind of talk about the ones who are very accomplished and well-known. So I'd say average age of people we talk about, usually in their 50s or something. So I wanted to switch things up today and talk about more of a rising star. And this might be somebody who you're not really familiar with, so it could be a nice introduction to this person. And that is the 24-year-old actor No Yoon-seo. She's the star of the romance film Cheongseol, which is the #1 Korean box office of this past week. And it was second to Venom, but I mean like Korean-made movies.
It's probably better than Venom. Venom got slated in like the box office reviews.
Yeah, but if you should see this coming. I would say that you should have seen that one coming. It's the third of the Venom series.
It's the movie that nobody asked for but kept coming, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about No Yoon-seo, and she starred in a movie called Cheongseol, and right now it is just behind Venom, which is great. Venom it's a multi-million blockbuster movie. It's difficult to beat something like that.
Yeah, and then it is right behind that too. So yeah, it's done really well at the box office, and people are saying very nice things about it. It's a pretty sappy romance. So are you into that kind of thing? Do you like the really sentimental, sappy stuff?
I can't say that I seek it out, but if my wife wants to watch one of those, or if I hear it's really good, I will watch it. Like, I really love the movies like Notting Hill.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of a sappy romance, is it? Or is it comedy?
In a way, but it always has anything of that ilk, I feel like, has a little bit of sarcasm to it, a little bit of irony, and so it's not quite 100% the real sentimental kind of sappy romance.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, I haven't seen this movie, Cheongseol, but there's a reason why it's doing quite well.
Yeah, I want to kind of talk a little bit about what it's about and where it comes from, because it's a remake of a Taiwanese romance comedy from 2009. And I think they took most of the comedy kind of out of it a little bit for the Korean version. It's a little more earnest in this one. But if you're doing young romance from something made in Taiwan, you're guaranteed to be something great, because Taiwan has perfected like high school romance series and movies.
So of course, K-dramas are worldwide, booming right now. But a lot of Korean people that I know, they say they watch a lot of Taiwanese dramas.
Yeah. Yeah.
and Chinese dramas as well. They're both really popular for Koreans.
Yeah, and yeah, you can see there the original one from 2009. The story of this is that we have a man who he meets a supposedly deaf woman, and then he knows a little bit of sign language himself, and so he kind of introduces himself. He gets to know her a little bit. He's a delivery man for the family restaurant, and then she's very busy because her sister who's also deaf. She's training for swimming competition, like a kind of deaf Olympics. And so she's basically supporting her sister alone. The mom and dad are not really in the situation to help financially that way.
Yeah.
So she's working all the time, and she barely even takes any time to even eat.
Okay.
And then this is the character who's played by No Yoon-sol. And then the man kind of falls in love with her, the young man does, and then he starts delivering her like lunch boxes every day for free, like from the restaurants, bring him.
Yeah, this is your kind of typical romance,
Yeah.
kind of very sweet movie. Almost reminds, there was a Japanese movie that came out 20 years ago. It had 호랑이 in the title, but a guy, kind of a bad boy gangster, falls in love with a girl with a disability. And he starts having an affection for her, even though they're from two different worlds.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like this could be one of No Yoon-seo's breakout performance, but what has she appeared in before 청설?
Yeah, so if you look at the filmography, she's been doing this for about 3 years now, and nothing has been the lead role. But she has either, maybe it's a stroke of luck, or maybe she's just very, very good at choosing her projects. But there are all these kinds of hit shows, and so she'll be, like the sister in something, or the daughter of one of the not main characters. But Our Blues, 엄마 친구 아들, she was in that. The 20세기 소녀, which was a movie. Again, not the main character, but kind of, she was like maybe number 4 on the cast list on that one. The 택배 기사, which was a series, kind of futuristic worlds where, people are delivering things, and there's air pollution is so bad now that you can't go outside, so it makes delivery like the most important job that there is, because you literally can't eat unless somebody brings you your food. As though they're almost like these Mad Max warriors driving around delivering things. But she is a character in that. And then the one where I saw her for the first time was 아무도 없는 숲 속에서, which is in English The Frog. And this was the series. It's
Just
about,
came out.
Yeah, it was this year.
Okay.
And so she plays the role of the Kim Yoon-suk. He's the main character. He runs a pension, and he has a very disturbing visitor to his pension, somebody who stays there.
Yeah.
But she plays his daughter, and she's not even really in it for the first 3 episodes or so, but then she comes on in episode 4, and then she's a big part of episode 5 and 6. And towards the end of it, she kind of gets in there more and more. And she's somebody who I was really, for the amount of screen time that she had, I was always thinking of her a lot more, and kind of being very impressed with her performance there.
Well, we have a few messages actually, from our listeners who are, they're very keen-eyed when it comes to TV and movie. They say the same things as you, kind of the side roles before. 소이님 says, 얼굴이 익숙하다고 생각했는데 우리들의 블루스라는 드라마에서 임신이 되어서 부모가 되기로 결심한 고등학생 역할로 나왔던 거 기억나네요 라고 하셨어요. 연기 너무 잘해서 인상 깊었어요. So there was a drama called Our Blues, I guess, where she became a pregnant high schooler, and she decides to be a mum. And she was saying that her acting was really good. And then 영님 also say, 맞아요. 내 땡에서도 아무도 없는 숲속에서에서 김윤석 배우 딸로 나오기도 했다고.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, she's kind of rising, I guess.
I think the important thing with what the listeners are telling us here is that after you finish watching these things, you remember her, and you remember her performance, you remember her face. And, if you have somebody who's just like the main character's daughter or something, that's not always necessarily true. And that's a really good sign moving forward.
Yeah.
And then for her role, in this movie, 청설, which is out right now in theaters, if you want to go check her out, if you enjoy her acting, having this now I'm the lead actress, I got the kind of title here. It looks like a bright future in that way. Also, I wanted to say that she has a very special characteristic in her face, is that when her lips at the very edges turn up. kind of, if we could put it back up there, the first picture that you put up there for the actual video, it kind of really captured that perfectly. But she has a very, very interesting smile. And so I was thinking about this where, does it help a lot? You see how there at the edges, it's like she has this, it kind of comes here and then it goes right up at the end.
But that's, I would say that's quite, it would be considered an attractive feature. It's a very cute kind of smile.
Yeah.
Kind of unique.
That's another nice one.
Oh, wow, that's pouting.
Yeah, she doesn't even need to smile for them to come up in the edges like that.
Wow.
And I was thinking that, sometimes that really helps when you have that one thing that's a little bit unique of your facial features. It can kind of put you over the top. Charlie Puth, he has the eyebrow scar.
Okay.
And so everybody remembers, Charlie Puth with the eyebrow thing, of course. And then someone like Anya Taylor-Joy, she has really, really big eyes.
Yeah.
And nobody ever forgets her eyes. Like once they see her in a movie, they're like, the one with the...
She has a very unique face. And I think that helped to be so recognizable as well.
Do you have any celebrities who it's just like they have such a interesting one little feature?
I think the most recognizable unique face in the world is Rowan Atkinson. Mr. Bean. Peter, can you find a picture of Mr. Bean?
The eyebrows.
His eyebrows, but not just his eyebrows. His eyebrows, his nose, his mouth, they all just make... It shouldn't work, but it just does. He has a very unique face, and that's why he's globally, everyone recognizes him.
Oh, jeez.
He's such a legend.
Yeah.
He's such a legend.
And you almost have to see it in video and not a picture because the way he moves his face, I think he has control over muscles that I don't.
He can move his eyebrows at will.
Individually, up and down like that. I can only do like the one side.
I know. Oh, Rowan Atkinson. What a legend, What a legend.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly, I had a crush on her when I was younger.
Okay.
She's an actress. And she had these very, very dark and thick eyebrows.
Yeah.
So for her, it was like that. But for No Yoon-seo, I think it's the smile. It's the edges of the mouth.
Well, at least you're going to be, well liked because of something like that.
And it works perfect for this. If you're familiar with these young romance movies and series from Taiwan, they do have a certain kind of feel to them. It's usually summertime. The characters are, very, very attractive and kind of in a sort of girl or boy next door sort of way. It's like they're not glammed up or anything. Okay. And so this one, if you go see Cheong-seo, you really notice that, I think, in it. And then you mentioned before that you'd seen something where it's a kind of man falling for a woman with disabilities. Yeah. This is something that has had great film success also. And talking about in 2021, the film Coda. So this was the Academy Award Best Picture. I almost kind of forgot that. It's like, it's a little bit weird because it's the COVID year. And so I think people weren't really, it's like the Academy Awards was delayed and people weren't really paying that much attention to it. And it was hard to go see movies. Everybody was talking about movies are dying, theaters are dying. Yeah. But this movie Coda won Best Picture in 2021. Coda is an acronym for Child of Deaf Adults.
Oh, Coda는 약자예요. Child of Deaf Adults.
Yeah, so the main character, she was kind of, like 18-year-old girl, and she could hear, but her whole family could not. And so it's like her mother, her father, and also her older brother. And then so they had their own business in fishing, and it was this decision where her dream was to sing. And it's like, it feels like a betrayal to her a little bit because, they can't enjoy her singing. And so they can't go to her recital, for example, and hear her sing like this. And so it's a kind of a tough decision for her, go into the family business or pursue her dream, which is very, very different from what her family is able to do. And then it's a really beautiful movie and very touching this way. But you mentioned before, it's like we can really see some examples where we have some deaf characters and we can make these very, very sentimental romances or sometimes family dramas. And they're very impactful because, we sympathize very much for what's going on, I think, in these kinds of stories.
Yeah, for sure. And going back to Do Yoon-seo as well, she has she's made a name for herself, and the reason she's rising is because she suits these roles so well. We have a message from Jenny Nim saying 노윤서는 고등학생 역할이 정말 찰떡인 배우 같아요. She suits the role of a high school student so well.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's probably well in her 20s.
I think so. Anybody who knows her as that character, then you're going to go see 아무도 없는 숲 속에서, and then what she does in the end of that is so different.
Oh, really?
And she really shows a kind of power and sort of like a dangerous aura to her in that, which was very kind of arresting.
Yeah.
So I think you'll really enjoy, and then you'll say to yourself like, oh, there's a little more range to her than I really expected, because I agree that she has certainly been cast as kind of like the innocent high school girl or this kind of thing. But we'll see. I think we'll see moving forward a lot of different roles, and one that you could enjoy is from The Frog.
I think it's great to see actors and actresses branch out of what they're stereotyped as. So we'll be looking forward to more of Do Yoon-seo's work in the future. Michael, thanks for highlighting her and some of her movies as well. It's been a great movie talk. I know lots of people are fans of this. People saying, oh, it's the best time talking movies with Michael. Also, Soinim gracefully reminded me of the Japanese movie, which was 조제, 호랑이 그리고 물고기들.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So thank you for reminding. I knew it had tiger in it somewhere.
Yeah, talking about people with really arresting and unique characteristics, Tilda Swinton, because I know like Soinim is thinking about Tilda Swinton, and then The Room Next Door.
Yeah.
That is an actress who you will not forget once you see her once.
For sure. When you've seen her with no hair and then with lots of hair, it's like, well, you know it's Tilda Swinton for sure. Yeah. Michael, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, see you then.
Bye. We're going to take a song break now to wrap up the first half, but don't go anywhere because we'll be back soon. This is a song request by Michael Kim Nim, Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins.
How and bedding.
Number 2, having too many appliances on the power outlet is dangerous. Always unplug all the appliances that you're not currently using.
Number 3, check the heater is off before leaving the house. Leaving it on for an extended period of time can cause a fire.
Let's all take part in preventing fire and have warm and safe winter this year.
Tune into BEFM 부산영어방송 for an emergency broadcast.
This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my light. For I toss and turn, I can't sleep at night. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Now I know I've got to run away. I've got to get away. You don't really want any more from me to make things right. You need someone to hold you tight, and you think love is to pray, but I'm sorry, I don't pray that way. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Don't touch me, please. I cannot stand the way you tease. I love you though you hurt me so. Now I'm gonna pack my things and go. Tainted love, tainted love, tainted love, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Tainted love. Tainted love. Tainted love.
You just heard Tainted Love by Soft Cell, welcoming you back to Midday Mate. Now, Soft Cell is the duo of Mark Almond on vocals and David Ball on instruments, and they met in 1979 when they were students at Leeds Art College. They embraced electronic music and worked to give it a less robotic sound, which proved successful. Early on, they performed inside a white padded cell with pink and blue bars as part of their stage act. Now, this song reached number 1 in 17 different countries. In the US, it spent 43 weeks on the top 100 charts, which was a longevity record at the time. Well, everyone, you're live in the studio in Busan on this Thursday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate, the second half of the show. And you're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Dongguan and Noksan areas. I'm your host, Nick, and it's good to see all of you lovely folk messaging in. In the first half, before we wrapped up the first half, we had Michael in the studio. And we were talking movies, as we always do on Thursdays. We were talking about Do Yoon-seo and her role in Cheongseol and in other movies as well. And what I like about it is it got a lot of people to message about movies. I know we have a few movie and TV show buffs as listeners, which is great. And Youngnim as well, you seem to like your movies and TV shows. They said, they're waiting for Substance, because we were talking about Substance and Wild Robot, saying Substance 기대 중이에요. 그리고 Wild Robot 중간부터 끝까지 펑펑 운 것 같아요. Yeah, Wild Robot was very emotional for sure. If you liked the Wild Robots, you'll definitely like WALL-E and The Iron Giant. Kind of similar vibes, but they came out over 20 years ago. Well, at least The Iron Giant did. So it seems you like a variety of media too. And the Substance, yeah, just be prepared. It is gory, it is gross, but it is pretty good. We also have Michael Kim님 saying 신청곡 틀어주셔서 감사합니다. 오늘 탑건 또 봐야겠네요. Yeah, which one? The original or the new one, Maverick? They're both good. I honestly like the cheesiness of the 80s one, but the new one was fun. Obviously better special effects, but I love the cheesiness of 80s movies sometime. All right, I'm going to let you know what's coming up in the second half of the show. In hour number 2, we have today's quote. This is where we introduce encouraging quotes from famous people, bite-sized banter, a daily fun conversations with a theme. Kimberly is here for that. Don't make a scene will follow. And that's where we introduce useful English expressions after listening to a short clip. And then to round off the show, we have Timeless Earworms, introducing English songs that are just unforgettable. And of course, I will be checking your messages throughout the show. I asked you a question in the first half, the question of the day, and we got a lot of responses. I'm going to ask it one more time to remind you, or for anyone who's just tuning in right now, what major would you like to study if you were to go back to university? 만약에 대학교에 다시 가게 된다면 공부하고 싶은 전공은 무엇인가요?가 오늘의 질문이에요. You can send your messages to pound 9050, 샵 9050, to cost you 101. A KakaoTalk message, just search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. You can add us, you can send us messages for free. You can also download the smartphone app and also message us that way. You can also listen uninterrupted there. Once again, just search for BEFM. Or even better, I will recommend going onto YouTube right now. Type in BEFM, click on Midday Mate. We are live right now. You can see me in the studio. You could talk with all of the mates in the live chatting area. We've got more messages coming in. We have 옥토끼랑님, welcome to the show, saying 반갑습니다. 인천이에요. Wow. Greetings from Busan, all the way in Incheon. That's like the exact opposite end of the country. That's really cool. I've been to Incheon once in my life, I think. I should go back. But thank you for tuning in, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. 옥토끼랑님, thank you for joining. 소희님 also saying, The Iron Giant도 좋대요. 닉 추천작이에요. Yeah, it's my childhood movie. That's why I'm promoting it, I think. All right, send your messages in. We're going to take a song break. This is a request song from 미옥스텔레이님, Sign of the Times by Harry Styles.
Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. Welcome to the final show. I hope you're wearing your best clothes. You can't bribe the door on your way to the sky. You look pretty good down here, but you ain't really good. We never learned, we've been here before. Why are we always stuck and running from the bullets? The bullets. We never learned, we've been here before. Why are we always stuck and running from your bullets? breaking through the atmosphere, and things look pretty good from here. Remember, everything will be alright. We could meet again somewhere far away from here. We never learned we've been here before. Why are we always stuck and running from the bullets? The bullets. We never learned we've been here before. Why are we always stuck and running from the bullets? The bullets. Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. We gotta get away from here. We gotta get away from here. Stop your crying, baby, it'll be alright. They told me that the end is near. We gotta get away from here. We never learned we've been here before. Why are we always stuck and running from the bullets? The bullets. We never learned we've been here before. Why are we always stuck and running from the bullets? The bullets. We don't talk enough. We should open up before it's all too much. Will we ever? We've been here before. It's just what we know. Stop your crying, baby, it's a sign of the times. We gotta get away. We got to 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 get away. We got to, we got to. We got to, we got to. We got to, we got to.
We just listened to Sign of the Times by Harry Styles. That was requested by Myokseleyinim. Thank you very much for your song request. Welcome back to Midday Mate, everyone. It's 1:13 in the afternoon. It looks like, I'm just looking out my window now. I can see a bit of sunlight, so I've got a bit of hope that the rest of the day might have a little bit of sun in it. So I'm feeling happy right now. I hope you're all having a great day too. For the next 45 minutes or so, we're going to try our best to brighten up your day wherever you are. Now, just a bit earlier, I asked you a question, which was, if you could go back to university and choose another subject to study, what would you choose? 만약에 대학을 다시 가게 된다면 공부하고 싶은 전공은 무엇인가요?가 오늘의 질문이었는데요. Of course, messages coming in. We have Christine, hello my friend, saying, let's have a look. I was an English literature major and I loved it, but if I could go back and try something else, I would choose physics. It would be cool to see what I can do with numbers, matter, energy. rather than language. Also, physics or math fields need more women. That's awesome. Two subjects on the total opposite ends of the spectrum. But if you have a knack for science and numbers, that would be really cool. You don't have to answer, but are you doing something related to English literature right now, or is it something completely different? Just curious, because I know people who even study sciences, they don't always go into their field. I study psychology. I know I've said it 100 times today, which is technically considered a pseudoscience. I didn't go into that field though, obviously. We've also got a message from Neil-님. Welcome to the show, saying 한국에서는 수능 점수에 맞춰 대학교와 학교를 가는데 본인의 적성에 맞게 가는 게 중요한 것 같아요. 요즘은 학과를 2학년 때 정할 수 있다고 하더라고요. 라고 하셨어요. Yeah, I think it's important to match to a student's level, to a personal, to what they are capable of as well. I do agree with you. We have Pornim as well. Welcome to the show on YouTube Live. It's good to see you. Hope you're having a great day. A great day indeed. And everyone else who is joining us right now, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I feel like I sound like the president right now. Anyway, it's time for today's quote. This is where we go over an encouraging quote from a famous or influential person. And today's quote is by somebody very famous. They probably need no introduction. It's by Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston, of course, she was the actress in Friends, lots of movies, and, she's in the Iron Giant. There you go. That's a fact for you. The movie that I've been promoting, an animation movie from 1999, she plays a character's mother in the Iron Giant. She does the voice acting. Anyway, this is the quote. Friends are the family we choose. Friends are the family we choose. 친구들은 우리가 선택한 가족이다. Very simple, very short and simple. So, like I said, Jennifer Aniston really needs no introduction. She rose to fame for her role as Rachel Green on Friends, the hit TV show, which was ran for 10 years, from 1994 to 2004. She was ranked among the world's highest paid actresses as of 2003. Now, in regards to a quote, friends are the family we choose. People choose close friends to share their thoughts with because close friends are the ones who can understand you through your ups and downs, through your mood swings as well. They also know about your entire family background and the scenarios that have been going on. They always provide good decisions, good advice, instead of blindly supporting you with your thoughts. If they are a true friend, they're going to criticize you when you need it. They're going to humble you a little bit. They say a friend is somebody who will not tell you the truth. They'll just say, oh yeah, good job. I think that's a good idea. 약간 예스맨처럼. Right? Yes, sure, great. But a true friend will say, 하지 마, that's a bad idea. I think you should rethink that. You look like a fool right now. Those are the true friends. They'll kind of like 깎아내려 you a little bit, just to kind of, so you get your head out of the clouds, right? So they're also the ones who will boldly say if you're moving in the wrong direction, and they love you. And like she says, you can choose them, which is half true. I think you choose them based on your setting, and then you grow it into a family style of relationship, a family, really. Yeah. So friends are the family that you choose. That was a quote by Jennifer Aniston. 친구들은 우리가 선택한 가족이다. That was today's quote. Hopefully, that gave you a bit of inspiration. Hopefully you have many friends. If you don't, that's what Midday Mate's for, right? Mate means friend in England and Australia and New Zealand and maybe South Africa. In America, it means an animal that mates with another animal. But we won't go into that now. I use the word mate a lot. You're all mates here. We're going to take a song break, and then we'll be back with bite-sized banter. This is Chosen Family by Rina Sawayama and Elton John.
Where do I belong? I'm all ears. Take your time, we've got all night. Show me the rivers crossed, the mountains scaled. Show me who made you walk all the way here. Ooh. Settle down, put your bags down. Family.
Hand me a pen and I'll rewrite the pain. When you're ready, we'll turn the page together. Open the bottle, it's time to celebrate who you were, who you are. We're one and the same, yeah.
Share genes or a surname. You are my chosen family. So what if we don't look the same? We've been going through the same thing, yeah. You are my chosen family. I chose you.
You chose me. Chosen family.
I chose you. You
chose me. We don't need to be related to relate. We don't need to shed genes or a surname. You are my chosen family. So what if we don't look the same? We've been going through the same pain, yeah. You are my chosen family.
Welcome back, everybody, to Midday Mate. It is time for bite-sized banter, and for that we have none other than Kimberly.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Good. And yourself?
Good. I'm also good. Thank you very much. I'm even better because I'm looking forward to today's topic.
Yes, I brought us a question that's an if question. I haven't had one of these in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you could wake up with one personality trait that you don't currently have, what would it be?
I read this wrong. I read this as if you could wake up without one personality trait that you currently have, what would it be?
You can share that also.
I'll have to rethink then. Let's do your one. 내일 아침에 만약 일어나서 새로운 성격 하나를 가질 수 있다면 어떤 성격을 갖고 싶나요?가 오늘의 토픽입니다. So I guess you have to do a bit of introspection. You have to realize, I'm really 부족하다 in this area.
Right.
I wish I could be more like this.
Yes.
That's a good one. We're going to have to be vulnerable.
Okay, I'm opening the deepness of my heart right now to you and all of our listeners right now.
This is Midday Mate's therapy session. Kimberly, I'll let you share first.
For me, I wish I could be more disciplined.
Ooh, disciplined. Okay, do you feel like you're not disciplined now?
No.
Very honest. It's okay. We'll heal through this trauma.
For example, I'm not disciplined in the fact that if I set out a goal, sometimes I will try to do it and reach it.
Oh, so you're not like, you wish you were more like 부지런해, a bit more like proactive in doing things.
Right. If I set a goal, then I should do steps to meet that goal. However, I'm a bit lazy, I'm a bit too relaxed, and I just don't do it.
I mean, it means you're pretty chill. Are you bordering on lethargic?
Yes, kind of. For example, I told myself, I'm going to diet, I'm going to diet, I'm going to diet. I got a gym membership. I haven't gone in about a month and a half.
Okay. Hey, it's not that far been. You can still go.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to watch what I eat. I had McDing yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we're all slaves to pleasure, right? 쾌락에 놓여져.
Yes, so I'm trying to become more disciplined.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to.
It's, what I find is good, if you're not the type to give yourself self-discipline, having somebody to keep you accountable is good. So you're married.
Yes.
Maybe your husband can give you a bit of that texture, like, come on, Kimberly.
I think we would fight then.
Yeah.
잔소리하지 마.
Yeah. Maybe I do that too much to my wife. I'm like, hey, we promised to go to the gym together today.
So you're disciplined in that aspect then?
I'm lacking in many areas.
But?
전 여러모로 부족한 사람인데, but discipline is not something I think I lack.
Ooh, that's good.
저는 좀 독한 사람이라고 생각해요. If I want to do something, I generally will go for it until I've achieved some level of success.
That's great.
Yeah.
We just trying to get that from you.
I think it's because when I was in university, I was like you. I was super chill. I didn't focus on my studies. I just about passed. 좀 겨우 졸업했거든요. Like, because I was just chilling and partying with my mates all the time. But then when I came to Korea, something flicked and I wanted to do well. So since 10 or 12 years ago, I started just going until I got something. So I like that about myself, but it's good that you're acknowledging that you want to be more disciplined.
Yes, I think COVID made me like this.
Oh, before COVID, you were a bit more proactive.
I was super 부지런해.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, COVID did ruin a lot of things.
Yes, I was not just a 확진자, but 확진자, what they used to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I haven't heard that term in a long time.
Right?
It was a COVID term.
Right.
That's very honest of you, being more disciplined. I would say, if I had to take a personality trait, I would like more patience. 저는 약간 좀 성급하고 좀 인내심이 없는 스타일이거든요. I don't know if maybe I've become used to the Korean 빨리빨리 문화.
Oh, yes.
But now I'm so used to receiving my 택배 the next day. I'm used to going to the bank and having it all sorted on that same day that I think, in a bad way, I expect things in my mind to happen really quickly. And when they don't, I'll get frustrated.
I see.
And that's a trait I wish I did not have. So I wish I could be more patient and, not so greedy. It's not greedy, but I wish I was more patient.
Okay. Well, I think also I was very 성격 급해 too before, but I didn't know until when I met my husband. When we were dating, he was like, "Oh, 왜 이렇게 성격이 급해?" And I got really hurt by it.
Really?
상처 엄청 많이 받았어요 그때.
Yeah.
So ever since I acknowledged it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna breathe a few more times before I say something or do something.
You acknowledged it and you made it come to fruition.
Yes, which
실천시켰어요.
you should too, or you will.
Yeah. Maybe I will.
After acknowledgement.
Try and be calm, breathe. You too as well. Maybe you can be like, I don't want to go to the gym. No, you must.
Right.
Because I talked about it on Midday Mate.
Exactly. Oh, this will be my motivation now.
I'll keep you accountable.
Thank you.
Listeners, what is one personality trait that you wish you could have one day with the snap of your fingers? Let us know. Very interesting topic. Let's be vulnerable. Let's break down these walls. Kimberly, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
An interesting topic where we do have to be a bit honest with not just ourselves, but with the people that we're talking to on radio and in the live chats as well. Is there a personality that you wish you could have? Like I said, for me, definitely more patience. You know, I know patience is a virtue. It's an incredibly important skill and trait to have. And I think I lack a lot of it. So sometimes I think I come off as wanting things too quickly and getting impatient. So I wish I could have that. We have Benny Nim on YouTube live saying, for me, I wish I would be energetic for the whole day, especially when interacting with people in person. I'm energetic here on the chat, and that's what I like to wake up with that further. Hey, you know what though? You're only human. There are 24 hours in a day. Let's say you sleep for 8 hours. You know, the rest of you 16 hours. That's a lot of time to stay energetic. I think it's okay to have some down times. But I think that's good that you want to have enthusiasm and energy for everybody you meet. It will make you a very pleasant person to be around. Pornim saying, I want to be braver. Well, that's good. In what way are you not brave? Are you like a 겁쟁이? Like, when you say bravery, maybe like, if your 사장님 says to you, hey, do this for me, you could say, 싫어요. 안 할 거예요. In that kind of bravery. Or maybe bravery like, if a bear is attacking you, you could fight the bear. Bravery is definitely a good trait to have. Chae Sung-nim saying, I think I need to be more diligent. For sure. Yeah, maybe you and Kimberly could have a little meeting. Because it's good to have accountability partners. When you're not feeling diligent, having somebody to tell you to be diligent really is helpful, I think. Now, we've got some messages coming in as well. Let's have a look. Oh, by the way, let me know as well what you want to have. Anyone else, if you have any traits that you wish you could wake up with, tell me what they are. Jenny-님 and Soy-님 say, 오, 되게 독한 그런 면이 있군요. 진짜 멋짐. 아유, 감사합니다. I know I'm not being very humble right now, but I think it's my one okay trait. One okay trait. Pornim following up saying, I want to be less affected by what others talk about me that way. Oh, I feel you. Oh, I feel you with that. Yeah. I think that's something a lot of people are affected by. You know, we are social creatures, human beings, right? We care about what our friends or the person at the coffee shop, we care about what they think about us. It would be very useful. I think it would be very good to be less caring about other people's thoughts. That's a good one. Peng Sawap-Banim saying, if I could wake up with one personality trait I don't currently have, I want to have charisma and leadership. That's awesome. I'm sure you have some charisma. I'm sure you're a somewhat charismatic guy. And leadership, those are very good qualities. And admitting it and talking about it is the first step to becoming like that. That was our segment, Bite-Sized Banter, always going over something interesting and sparking some conversation. We're going to take a quick song break, and then we'll be back with Don't Make a Scene. This is Let It Be by J.P. Cooper.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. Tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be.
Welcome back to Midday Mate. That was Let It Be by J.P. Cooper. We just came back from our previous segment, Bite Size Banter, where we were talking about if we could wake up with a personality trait that we don't have, what would it be? So what is a personality trait that you really want? We got some really interesting, honest messages. I like this one. 4301번님 says 유머 감각을 얻고 싶네요. 유머 감각이 있는 사람이 너무 부러워요. Hey, that's really honest of you. You know, everyone's sense of humor is different, so I'm sure you have a sense of humor. It's just going to be different from other people, right? It differs on culture, it differs on social group. You know, what I find funny, you probably don't find funny. Maybe what you find funny, I don't find funny. The good thing about a sense of humor is that there's no objective standards. It's all subjective, right? 다 주관적이죠. So I think you have some already, so don't be sad, my friend. We also have 펭수 아빠님 telling us about what they want to study if they go back to university, saying, I want to major in 문예 창작과 or 작사과 to write more songs and books. Hey, you should talk with Michael Garrett. He, our guest in the first half, he studied creative writing at university. Maybe you could have some good discussions about how to write creatively. It's really cool. Soinam as well, thank you for my traits. Now, I feel really like, they call it big-headed. You know, I feel really like boasting now because we recorded some of next week's Bite-Size Banters. And one of the questions talks about this subject. So I'm going to end up talking about it again. So when you hear it next week, I'm trying to be humble, right? But the subject came up, so I'm sorry if you have to hear it again. Anyway, it's time for Don't Make a Scene. This is where we do make a scene, and I'll introduce some useful English expressions after listening to a short clip from a movie or TV show. This week, we are going over Star Wars, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. 스타워즈 에피소드 3, 시세 복수를 살펴보고 있습니다. Now, over the course of the week, we've gone through several expressions. We learned, you turned her against me. And then, lust for power. And then yesterday, don't lecture me, Obi-Wan. Some very useful expressions. So today we're going to learn the next part of this. Just to recap you, this scene is where Anakin Skywalker, who is turning to the dark side, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, the good Jedi, they're arguing, they're about to fight, but Anakin Skywalker is just turning too evil. Let's take a listen.
Let her go. You turned her against me! You have done that yourself. You will not take her from me! Your anger and your lust for power have already done that. You have allowed this Dark Lord to twist your mind until now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Don't lecture me, Obi-Wan. I see through the lies of the Jedi. I do not fear the dark side as you do.
Don't make me kill you. Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy! I will do what I must. You will try.
All right, we just heard that epic scene once more. Now, the next... Well, I had a brain fart. I forgot what I was doing for a second. The next expression is, I see through the lies of the Jedi. I see through the lies of the Jedi. This is a really good expression, if you minus the Jedi parts, of course. But to see through something means to literally see through it. You see past the act. You see past the deception and the false appearance. So, I see through your lies is used when somebody realizes that they've been misled or deceived or lied to, and they want to confront the person responsible. I see through your lies 이라는 표현은요, 누군가가 자신을 속이려 했음을 깨닫고 그 사람에게 이를 지적할 때 쓰이는 표현입니다. 상대방의 거짓말을 알아챘다는 의미로 더 이상 속지 않겠다는 강한 불신의 감정을 전달합니다. It's used really, you're being upfront about them. You're seeing, you're like, I'm not going to fall for this anymore. I know you're lying to me. 너무 뻔해 이제. It's just not believable anymore. So I see through the lies of the Jedi. Of course, he doesn't believe the Jedi are good people now. He thinks they are lying. But the Jedi are, the good guys in Star Wars. So it's used in this sense. You can say it to a person, if you really are arguing with somebody. Maybe, say for example, you're dating a very, manipulative person, and they're kind of gaslighting you. They're lying to you. They're saying, oh, they don't like you anymore. You got to stay home. You can't do anything. Stop that, blah, 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 blah. You can say, hey, I see through your lies. You're not fooling me. I see through your lies. It's quite a strong expression. Let's have another look. Let's have a look at an example. 예를 들어서, you keep telling me you're doing this for my benefit, but I see through your lies. 네가 이걸 내 이익을 위해서 하고 있다고 계속 말하는데 네 거짓말을 나는 꿰뚫어 보고 있어. Yeah, I can see through your lies. I am piercing through your eyes. Maybe you can say, I see through your lies. You're only pretending to care because you want something from me. 나는 네 거짓말을 꿰뚫어 보고 있어. 네가 뭔가를 원하기 때문에 관심 있는 척하는 것뿐이야. You're not my friend. I see through your lies. So this expression is that meaning. Let's listen to it one more time.
I see through the lies of the Jedi.
There you go. Very powerful expression. That was day 4. Tomorrow will be the last day of Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars. And, this week we're all kind of, I guess because the scene is very strong, it's very, I don't know how to say it. It's very strong, it's very argumentative. So the expressions are all very fierce. You know, these are not expressions that you want to say in a positive light, that's for sure. That was Don't Make a Scene. We're going to take a quick song break and then we'll be back with Timeless Earworms. This is Dynamite by Teo Cruz.
I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor cause that's my plans, 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 plans. I'm wearing all my favorite brands, 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 brands. Give me some space for both my hands, 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 hands. You, cause it goes on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying ayo. Gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying ayo, baby let's go. Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I came to move, 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 move. Get out the way of me and my crew, 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 crew. I'm in the club, so I'm gonna do just what the phone came here to do. Yeah, cause it goes on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying ayo, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying ayo, baby let's go. Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I'm gonna take it all. I'm gonna be the last one standing. Higher overall. I'm gonna be the last one landing. Cause I believe it. And I just want it all. I just want it all. I'm gonna put my hands in the air. Hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying ayo, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying ayo, baby let's go. Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite.
That was Teo Cruz's Dynamite. Dynamite. I haven't heard that song in a long time. Yeah, that's like a modern classic, I think. Benny Nim saying, oh my goodness, I love this legendary dance song. It reminds me of high school days. Yeah, I feel ya. That was such a big song back in the day. It was nice to listen to it again. Well, welcome back to Midday Mate, everybody. We just came back from Don't Make a Scene, where we learnt an expression from Star Wars. And the expression today was, I see through the lies of the Jedi. Lots of people practicing, which is great to see. With messages saying, I can see through you. Ooh, that's creepy. Like Superman can see through people. He has X-ray vision. But I see through your lies can be used. You can replace lies with a different word. So lies 대신에 뭐 다른 단어 써도 되고요. I can see through your fakeness. Maybe someone is 너무 가식적으로 행동하는 사람한테 I see through your fakeness. I know you're not genuine. Yeah. Or maybe someone is pretending to be kind. 좀 착한 척하는 사람들한테 I see through your fake kindness. I see through your kindness. I know you're not genuine. So yeah, it's a very useful expression in that regard. And 소희님 also saying 우리가 주로 사용하는 패션 용어 see-through, 시스루가 이 see-through에서 나왔나 봐요. Yeah, see-through, right? You can see through the clothes. So when you say I see through your lies, you know, your lies cannot cover up your true heart. Very interesting expression. All right, it's time for Timeless Earworms, and this is where we go over a classic song that live in your ear rent-free because they're timeless earworms. The song today is A Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum. Now, this is their debut record in May 1967. It reached number 1 in the UK singles chart and stayed there for 6 weeks. Without much promotion, it reached number 5 on the US Billboard Hot 100. One of the anthems of the 1967 Summer of Love is that one of the most commercially successful singles in history, having sold more than 10 million copies worldwide. Now, Summer of Love, major social phenomenon that occurred in San Francisco during the summer of 1967. Now, as many as 100,000 people, mostly young people, hippies or beatniks, which is a word that I don't use, but I think a lot of some Americans use that word. It's a 1960s counterculture figure converging in San Francisco's Haight-Ashbury district and Golden Gate Park. More broadly, the Summer of Love encompassed hippie culture. Now, in the years since, A Whiter Shade of Pale has become an enduring classic with more than 1,000 known cover versions by other artists. Procol Harum's lyricist Keith Reid says it's a sort of a film, really trying to conjure up mood and tell a story. It's about a relationship. There are characters, there's a location, and there's a journey. You get the sound of the room, and the feel of the room, and the smell of the room, but certainly there's a journey going on. It's not a collection of lines just stuck together. It's got a thread running through it. Now, Reid got the idea for the title when it came to him at a party, which gave him the starting point of the song. Now, this is a classic song, which is the reason it's been chosen for Timeless Earworms. We have Soinim saying, 이 노래 너무너무 좋죠. I can trust Soinim to know all of the songs that are coming out, as well as the movies too. So for our Timeless Earworms, we will be listening to this song, which is A Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum. It is going to be our last song for the day. It's Thursday, everybody, which means tomorrow is Friday. We can let our hair down. We can relax because the weekend is upon us. So come join us tomorrow. There's going to be great segments. We're going to have... We're going to have more Timeless Earworms. We're going to have Jeff here to tell us what's going on over the weekend, all the events, all of the fun things to do in the city for Weekend Haps. And it's going to be a chance to celebrate a busy week, the end of a busy week. Until then, I am going to leave you, but everybody, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Our last song is going to be Procol Harum's song, which is for this segment, Timeless Earworm, A Whiter Shade of Pale. Everybody, have a wonderful afternoon.
just go sleep. Turn the wider shade of pale. He said there is no reason, and the truth is plain to see. But I wander through my playing cards, would not let her be one of 16 vestal virgins. We're leaving for the coast, and although my eyes were open, they might just as well have been closed. And so it was later, as the mirror told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly